Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Michelle. Just going to be doing a reading for all the singles today. I will be trying to upload a your person reading either in the next few days or sort of mid-week there. And then coming up on the weekend, we will be looking at some shadow work when the full moon comes around. But yeah, basically just doing a singles reading today, looking at all the singles energy going around. Make sure you do like and subscribe to the channel. If you do leave a comment on one of my videos, you will sort of go in the running for a free personal reading as well. So make sure you do that. Hit that like button so, we know that you actually enjoyed the video or enjoyed your portion of the video. Don't mind me if you do see me moving to the side and taking timestamps there. But I am today using the lenormand deck. Brand new deck for me. It's only sort of been released in the last few years, this one. So, definitely seeing some lovely new decks coming through in the last few years. But this is just a standard 36 card deck. So we'll be seeing sort of what messages are coming through for you guys today with that. I do also have the magical messages from the fairies coming through there as well. But wanting to look at the singles energy out there today. So starting off with Aries. How are we, Aries? Just doing a reading today for all our singles. So we'll be starting off with Aries, their past, present, and future love energy. What's going on for Aries with love when it comes to the general past, present, and future there? Anyone that does watch my videos probably will know that I do try to keep the time frames pretty close to when you're watching this. They are sort of timeless videos, but I do like to sort of keep the timing within sort of like a week. So we're looking at the past week and the future week, and then the current energy as well. So for you, Aries, we are looking at some trouble in the past there with that whip card. Look at the beautiful imagery in this whip card there. So we do see some little birds in that wrapping around that whip there as well. So, and it is sort of a whip made of like leaves. This deck is got a lot of flower type floral imagery in this particular deck. Terra obviously of the earth deck there. So what we do find with the past energy, we have had some sort of tensions and troubles in our general love life there. So we will delve a little bit more into those sort of energies as we go. But, whatever is sort of been troubling you in the past when it comes to your love life, it does feel as though that in the present is no longer so much of an issue. Starting to, be much more in a giving to love kind of energy there with the flowers, or the bouquet as it is called in this particular deck. So we all know everyone loves to get a bouquet of flowers. It is a very giving kind of energy. It's also about not just giving but receiving as well. So definitely in a great energy for having love coming into your life there, singles, because flowers do evoke quite a lot of innocence and those sort of more pure type vibes, very much like I said, a giving energy, and also pleasure and reward as well for dealing with these past troubles and getting through them, more importantly there. Okay, and now for the future energy, we are seeing the Rider card there, once again with the beautiful bird coming on through. Now that rider in this image is actually a little butterfly, so we are feeling some sort of transformation coming through as well, some metamorphosis, some news that's sort of probably going to bring about a little bit of change. But like I said, we will delve a little bit deeper into these energies as well. So what is this whip card that's gone on for Aries singles in the past? Why have they had tension in the past with love, please? feeling like I'm not really needing to get any extra details when it comes to the present energy, Aries, but I definitely want to look into that that rider, the news on the way for you guys. So we'll see what that's all about as well. Rider for Aries, please. Okay, and a second card. Okay, so we're seeing with that past whip energy, there may have been too many players at the table. So we have the fish card there. As you can see in this particular deck, it has like a multitude of fish around these little stars in the middle of the pond, I suppose it is there. So definitely getting a bit of a player vibe from that card. The fish does sort of, it is a financial sort of card, so in the past relationships, we may have seen some financial tensions between you and past lovers or connections there. But I am just feeling more the sense of the abundance. Okay, so maybe you've had way too many options and have had a bit of trouble clarifying. What are any of these options actually even any good? Definitely getting that player type energy as well. So in the past there may have been a bit of player energy happening there with some of these options as well, not sort of being viable long-term type options there, and that causing some tension for you, Aries. But in the future there, this news that's on the way, as we saw with the rider, good news on the way that pretty much does normally talk about some good news coming on pretty quickly. Sometimes it can sort of have a bit of a vibe of, the a knight in shining armor type vibe. But as we're not actually seeing the rider on the horse in this particular deck, like I said, with the rider bringing that news is this little bird up here and the butterfly down below. So definitely talking more about transformation type energy, some sort of metamorphosis. So news about things that are changing for you, Aries, I feel. And we are seeing the clouds and then the child coming through for that as well. So we're definitely seeing, this feels like it's probably a lot more, this news and transformation in the near future for your energy when it comes to love, Aries, probably is a lot more in your own self. Okay, the clouds card is all about your thoughts and your emotional expression and sensitivities, those types of things. But it really does sort of talk about what's going on beneath the surface, or those clouds can be white and fluffy, or they can be up here pink and tinged with that really loving kind of energy, the sun shining on through, or they can be sort of dark and stormy as well. So it's kind of letting really watch what you're thinking when it comes to the way that you're thinking about love at the moment, because you may actually be, a lot of the time when we do think about things too much or overthink, like this can sometimes suggest overthinking or anxiety. When we do overthink things too much and we let ourselves get trapped in these darker type cloud energies, it can actually, create even more of that, and it can also, manifest that in a more negative sense as well. So really needing to be careful about how deeply we're thinking about the negative things, because we don't want to be manifesting those as well. So really wanting to manifest those happy, positive thoughts, and they are more likely to come in for you. Okay, every cloud has a silver lining, so they say. Because we're seeing that with the child as well, we are sort of really seeing, that metamorphosis coming through, new thoughts coming through for when it comes to love, and it really does talk quite a lot about keeping the innocence and that childlike sense of wonder in your thoughts. So really looking at things, in a joyful, positive manner, and it's just sort of letting you know, Aries, that you have a lot more control than you believe when it comes to your love situations. And it's going to all come down to how you're thinking about them as well, and not letting those sort of anxieties overtake you, and just keeping that positive, innocent kind of mindset when it comes to love. Okay, so Aries singles. Aries singles. Do we have anyone coming towards our Aries singles, please? Oh, sorry, I'll just make sure my device is on silent there. Sorry about that. Do we have anyone coming towards Aries singles, please? Okay, Aries, when I've asked for that, there we are seeing the anchor, the sun, and the mice. So I feel like that's kind of a little bit of a story there, Aries. We are, feeling quite weighed down with that anchor card there coming on through. We are seeing, glimpses of happiness in the middle of things, but really certain things eating away at us, like we do find both the anchor and the mice really do sort of talk about things eating away at us, and I feel like once again that it's coming with these clouds as well. The anchor sort of feeling a bit stuck at the moment, the mice feeling things like sort of eating away at you in the back of your mind, feeling a sense of loss when it comes to possible connections coming your way. So I'm feeling that there may actually be, you still kind of just stuck, weighed down by some past issues there, some past connections, that past tension still sort of weighing heavily on you, Aries. So I feel like that's what it's, and then there's these quite happy moments of brightness in amongst it all, and feeling that there's quite a few things being revealed to you about why you are stuck and why you are feeling these things eating away at you. I feel like there's been a few little self revelations, and so when I won't deny that there's no specific person energy coming towards you at this current stage, Aries. Not saying that that's not going to happen. I just feel that, the sunshine could sort of peek through there, but it's really going to be up to you to make sure you're finding that sunshine, finding that light in the clouds, and having that sense of happiness and warmth, and not allowing yourself to dwell so much on these things there, Aries. I feel like you've kind of stuck yourself in this kind of mental situation where you're allowing your mental situation to weigh so heavily on you that it is sort of blocking any other opportunities at the moment. As we do know with the sun, the clouds quite a lot of the time do block the sun as well. Okay, so you've got this happiness sitting there in the back that wants to come out and wants to shine through these clouds, but you really need to stop blocking that with your thoughts and anxieties and possible tensions going on for you within your own mindscape, Aries. I feel like, I know I haven't drawn any cards that are saying this directly, but I really am feeling that we're needing to get out of our head and sort of go to our heart space, because I'm not seeing much energy here that's talking about from your heart, Aries. Okay, I'm seeing quite a lot of mental tensions and those sorts of energies, but I'm not seeing anything that's saying that you're connecting to your heart, Aries. So really needing to find what it is that makes you happy and allow that to shine. Allow that to be revealed to yourself so that you can sort of get rid of some of these more negative energies that are coming through for you, Aries. Okay, but I will grab a oracle or two for you there. See how we go. I'll start with one. What would you like to tell Aries singles, please? What do Aries singles need to know? Grabbed two straight away. Okay, so that first one is actually the flower power card there. So I feel like that's just sort of clarifying what we pulled for our present energy there. Really needing to focus on keeping our energy at this sort of a level, at this, connected to nature kind of a level, at this giving, willing to give to love, willing to have love, willing to receive love. Okay, so I feel like it's sort of letting us know that we do need to really focus on the things that do make us happy, and give us that sense of loving type pleasure, and having, yeah, like that give and take when it comes to love in our life. Okay, the card itself does say spend time with flowers and flower essences to increase your personal healing power. Okay, so it really does have that message as well of, needing to do a little bit of self healing at the moment to get out of those heavy sort of thoughts that we're in. And then we are sort of seeing the who do you need to forgive card as well. That one says, as you release old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes come true. Okay, so like I said with that sun card, you can even see in this image there the sun shining brightly in the background there. Finding that sense of sun for yourself. The sun really does want to come out and shine for you, Aries. But there's just a few little niggly details we need to sort of straighten on out within our logical side, okay? Too much logic, not enough emotion at the moment, Aries. So who do you need to forgive? Is there someone in this past energy when we saw the whip coming out, in that past energy, having some past tensions or troubles? Who do you need to forgive? Do you need to forgive that person, or do you need to forgive yourself maybe as well? Okay, and either answer is totally fine. And if forgiveness for somebody else or for yourself is something that you are finding hard to find, it really does sort of show you that it maybe there is a few things that you do need to sort of look at when it comes to those specific issues that you are really struggling to forgive, for either yourself or that person. And closure is not one of them things that is very freely given. So, if you're able to get closure with that person, fantastic. If not, closure is always something that you can actually find within yourself. You just need to look for it. Unfortunately, it's yeah, one of those things that quite a lot of the time it's not as obvious as the sun in the sky. Sometimes it's hidden behind those clouds, and you do need to seek your own happiness, Aries, as well. Okay, no, well, thank you, Aries. Hopefully I'll see you all again soon in another reading. But moving on to Taurus there. How are we, Taurus? Just doing some all signs for everyone today when it comes to singles. So all my single Taurus out there, hey, how are we doing? Hope everyone is doing well, dealing with this retrograde perfectly fine. Just looking firstly, I'll just grab a few cards for the general past, present and future when it comes to your love life, Taurus. So Taurus, what's been going on for Taurus, please? Past, present, future. Now, do keep in mind that, time is fluid and the energies are constantly sort of changing. So if this one doesn't resonate for you, feel free to check your other placements or whatnot. And I will be sort of clarifying and as we go. The past energy we're seeing for you, Taurus, is the mice. Okay, so we're probably looking at some sort of a loss in the past when it comes to love connections. Okay, it does talk about things that sort of ate away at you for quite a while. Because this is a past energy, I don't feel as though that is a current energy. Definitely some stuff that might have, it might have really, you know, ate away at you for quite a while, there, Taurus. But I feel like we've probably gone through a bit of healing, and that's why it's not feeling like it's quite so current. It's just things that have just sort of been in the past for you, things that have sort of eaten away at you. More likely kind of eaten away at your energy, I'm feeling. Like you've probably dealt with a lot in the last couple of months when it comes to love. We've had these little mice that sort of scurry around and take, nibble away and maybe take things from you as well. So maybe if you're a very giving person, Taurus, you may have been sort of giving quite a lot to somebody, and they were just sort of taking in the past there, and sort of wanting to move away from that energy. Like I said, it is feeling like quite a past kind of energy there. We are seeing for the present the ring, okay? So potential for a strong relationship with the ring. We also do find that that could actually be talking about, you know, the cycles that we've been going through when it comes to love. But I will grab some clarity on that particular card. I will also grab some clarity for this one here as well. But that's the ship, okay? So you can see in this image, it is a flying ship there. So it's got a real sense of speediness coming on through in this future placement. We are seeing, you know, your ships coming in really quickly and, you know, loaded up with cargo, and they're flying straight at you, Taurus. You know, so that's a very fortune type card. You know, the ship does sort of talk quite a lot about, yeah, you know, the ship's loaded with cargo and it's headed your way. It's already set sail and it's about to come dock at your port there, Taurus. I do feel like with the ship card too, it can actually talk about somebody who's at a distance from you, and either you traveling to see them or them traveling to see you. You know, because it does have a bit of a travel kind of a vibe, but it can also just talk about, you know, more metaphorical journeys and adventures as well, okay? So it looks like there is definitely a relationship on its way to you, but we'll get a bit of clarity on those cards for you, Taurus. Okay, please tell me a little bit more about the ring for Taurus singles, please. Okay, and tell me about the ship for Taurus singles, please. Okay. And I'm just going to get some near future outcomes for you, Taurus, as well. Holy dooly, Taurus. Well done. Make sure you leave me a comment and let me know how this plays out for you guys. But we've got the scythe and the garden that are clarifying that ring card there, okay? So it does look like we're talking about a potential person coming on through. You know, obviously with the ring card there, it could be talking about some sort of deep connection. You know, I am seeing very high possibilities for, you know, some sort of loving connection headed your way. Okay, so the scythe does talk about sudden changes, sudden breaks. So I feel like that's talking about a sudden break from this past mice energy, and then being like sort of embracing any sudden changes heading your way. So that's sort of, you know, I feel like that's sort of dabbling a little bit with that ship energy as well. So we are talking about something quite sudden that's going to be happening for you, I feel, very soon. Okay, so whether that hasn't happened yet, I do feel that that's going to be very, very sort of soon as well. But with the garden there, that the garden really does talk about meetings and social aspects. Okay, so we may have a sudden meeting, a sudden run-in with somebody, a sudden, you know, unexpected kind of vibe, something happening really quickly, where you may meet someone. It may even be through a friend. With the social card, you know, you may be actually meeting this person through a friend, or in a social setting, rather than rather than somebody that you may already know or anything like that. It might be somebody you do meet while you're out and about, having some restful sort of social time with friends and things like that. You know, but the garden really does talk about somewhere to meet. Okay, so we are definitely seeing meetings or invitations coming on through quite quickly, like I said, with that scythe and ship energy sort of doubling it up there. So whatever this sudden unexpected change is, it's definitely something that's going to be good. I am seeing quite a some lovely imagery there with this the floral in the garden card there. I do understand I'm using the Terra deck, so it is very earth based and does have quite a lot of floral imagery there, but the garden card is a more typically floral based card anyway, as gardens usually are. Okay, but then to clarify that ship energy, we did get the tree and the clover. So, once again, both of those being plants, even in their initial state. So we've got a tree, so we're seeing quite a lot of growth and natural elements coming on through too. So even though this is happening suddenly, I am really getting a vibe that it's just going to like feel natural. Like it may be someone you meet them and it feels like you've known them forever kind of a vibe. Um, the tree there, I feel, is just letting us know that, you have just focus on yourself and your self growth and I feel like someone out there may be looking into education at this time, but it really is talking about growth in this instance. I feel just focus on growing as you are, keep on growing basically, and these things are just going to come to you rather than you having to do any external work. It's just talking about growing and expanding your own self, okay? And especially with the garden card too on the table, expanding your opportunities as well. So, if you're a bit of a homebody, it's maybe talking about thinking about getting out and being a little bit more social and being a bit more involved in social type activities and those sorts of things. Because with the clover there, we do see that it does talk quite a lot about taking risks and going out on this branch, so very sort of similar themes when it comes to the taking a risk, going out on a branch type energy there, taking a chance on something. And since that's clarifying the ship too, it may be talking about, if you've been thinking about doing some sort of travel or some sort of journey, like I said, it could definitely be sort of a more journey of yourself going on for you at the moment. But yeah, if there is somebody at a distance, you definitely might take a chance to do the trip or whatever. Take the trip, and you may actually meet somebody on that trip away. Like I said, the garden card is quite restful and positive and sociable. So it might be things like a holiday, a cruise, those sorts of things as well. So if you have sort of been tossing up whether you should do something like that, I would definitely be taking the chance because it may turn out so good, not only for your self growth, but also this possibility of meeting somebody is quite strong for you at the moment, Taurus. And then when I've asked for outcomes there, we are seeing, once again, more floral aspects there with the flowers, the bouquet. So that's a very giving and receiving love kind of a card there. It can talk about actual physical gifts and things like that as well. So maybe take a chance, enter that competition, and you may win yourself a holiday with that sort of a card coming on through. Um, but also the stars card there, okay? And the stars really does talk about your wishes and your like deepest desires. Those things that late at night that you do sit there and wish upon a star for that particular element to come through into your life. And it's really talking about wish fulfillment, especially with the flowers. It really does talk about some like all your happiness coming on through, all your happiest wishes, the wish for happiness in general coming true for you there, because it really does talk about fulfillment of your wishes, Taurus. So that's absolutely beautiful. Like I said, some definite possibility for a lot of the Taurus people out there to be meeting someone important at the moment. So if that's what you're after, the opportunities are definitely coming up for you, Taurus. So I'll grab you an oracle or two there. What do our Taurus singles need to know, please? Interesting. Okay, so we're seeing the daughter and the pregnancy card, Taurus. So if you yourself have a daughter, maybe the person that you're going to meet has a daughter, but if you do have a daughter, you know, some of these opportunities, these to get out and be sociable, might actually be coming through that person. If you are a daughter and you have a relationship with a parent, maybe going out and you know, meeting up with them in some social areas may actually lead to these important meetings for you. You know, if you don't have a daughter, it can just talk about, you know, that sense of closeness between a mother and daughter. And, you know, aren't we all sort of daughters of the earth, you know, that, so to speak? So it's really talking a lot about, you know, embracing the more feminine aspects of life as well, okay? And now the pregnancy card there. So obviously can mean pregnancy. So if you or the person that you are meeting can possibly get pregnant, that may be something you know, happening or whatever. The person you meet may be pregnant. Who knows? It could be quite literal like that. But, you know, obviously there's not going to be that many people that you're going to be meeting that are pregnant. And I don't want you to go running after all these pregnant people or worrying that you're going to get pregnant. You know, and obviously I probably have quite a lot of people watching that may not even be able to get pregnant themselves for whatever reason. But it does say the birth of a child brings great blessings to you and the world. So it could even, like, it could even be a pregnant friend that you know, going out and meeting up with them for a coffee, or not so much coffee, but going out and meeting up with them, or going and meeting somebody's new child, possibly a daughter. You know, if a friend or family member has had a child recently, you know. So pregnancy and daughter could be important to you on a more you know, physical, logical type level. But you know, there always is going to be the sort of metaphorical things that go along with those cards as well. So when it comes to pregnancy, it really just does talk about, you know, the birth of new things. Okay, so we really are seeing something new coming in. So we're in this stage, I feel, at the moment, Taurus, where, you know, if you are thinking about it metaphorically, you know, this new relationship on the horizon for you, it's at this pregnancy stage right now. Okay, so we haven't met the child just yet. You know, the relationship hasn't been formed just as of yet, but you may be meeting them very soon. Okay, so definitely giving birth to new opportunities for you, Taurus. Okay. So, like I said, I don't want to freak anyone out there with that particular card. You know, it majority of the time it is talking about metaphorical pregnancy rather than a literal actual pregnancy. But I am feeling that for someone out there, it's actually talking about a friend of yours who may be pregnant. Okay, so getting out there and meeting up with any friends that have recently had children. You know, you did get the flowers card, so take them some nice flowers or something. Meet the baby, and you never know who else you might meet on the journey. Okay, so moving over to Gemini. How are we, Gemini? I'm just doing our singles reading today. Looking at what's going on for all our singles. Single Geminis. What's going on for single Geminis at the moment, please? Okay, and I'm just going to clarify some of these cards for us as well. So what's going on in the future position for Gemini there, please? Okay. And why are we seeing that past position card? Okay, so Gemini, I did just do a quick little draw there for past, present, future. So in the past, we are seeing the clouds card. Okay, so quite a lot of the time that can talk about you know, your thoughts and anxiety, you know, overthinking about things that have happened in the past. When I did clarify that, I did get the heart coming on through. So that's just sort of confirming that, yeah, we are really a little bit stuck in overthinking about, past love. So there may be a particular past love that's heavy on your mind, Gemini. If not a particular person, just sort of, I feel like it's a little bit obsessing over some past things that have happened in your love life. Okay, so um, yeah, that may just be something going on for a few Geminis there. So if that doesn't resonate, I'm sorry, but yeah, it really is just talking about, your thoughts and the things that we're sort of overthinking about, anxious about, and also reminding us too that, every cloud does have a silver lining. So maybe actually stopping, and instead of thinking any of the darker thoughts when it comes to the clouds, think about the loving elements. Think about the things in the past that made you feel loved, okay? And that will actually help bring your energy back up into a more loving area. But like I said, that is past sort of energy. So we are sort of just a little bit looking back at the past, I feel, because we do have the birds for the present energy there. So the birds sometimes can be talking about, feeling a little bit of grief or loss or mourning for past events as well. So linking those, linking with the past energy a little bit there, just sort of letting us know that you are feeling a little bit of, like, sense of a bit of loss and mourning for some of the past loves that you may have lost or whatever. Okay, so not saying that you've like lost them, but past love, okay? Mourning some past love issues, okay? So focusing on the love elements rather than the sadness that may be attached to the past events for you, Gemini. Because with the birds, we definitely do see, a bit more of excitement and chatter going on for you at the moment when it does come to love possibilities, okay? The birds can actually talk about things like phone calls and conversations about love. So you may even be finding yourself, talking to someone, getting advice off a friend, just talking to family or just out and about talking to people on the ideas of love and whatnot as well. So make sure you're not letting your personal you know, don't let any negative sort of overthinking influence you in a negative way at this time. Let yourself be excited for the prospect of love, and that's really going to serve you well. Building up that excitement about love at the moment really is going to serve you well with the birds card there. In the near future there, I hate. I am seeing the whip card, okay? And so the whip card does talk about trouble and tensions, possible, a little bit of opposition or drama coming on through, especially next to the birds card. It can talk about things like a little bit of drama because of gossip, things like that. So just be wary of that coming up when it does come to love connections. If you are talking to anyone that you're interested in, they may have heard something about you that, or vice versa, you may have heard something about them. So, making sure you get to know the person, not what you've heard about them or the gossip about them, as it may be. But yeah, so we are definitely just seeing a little bit of tension or opposition coming up in the near future. But I feel like that's the news that's on the way. Is someone may come up to you and just be like, look, I heard this about so and so, and don't you like so and so? It just feels like that sort of a vibe. Nothing too dramatic, but it's just going to be something just to be on your guard against, and not allowing that chatter to sort of override how you do feel about people. Taking people as you know them, not as other people's perceptions of those people. Okay, but the writer there, it really does talk about usually good news on the way. Okay, so you may it could also be the opposite, like you've heard something negative about this person, you heard some gossip about this person, but then news comes on in letting you know, no, that's not right, that's not what happened or whatever. So I don't feel like this tension coming through for you is anything to write home about or be worried about or anything like that, because we are seeing the house there as well as the child. So I feel like the child is just reminding us, keep innocent in the way that we think about people. If you don't know somebody, you know, innocent until proven guilty, right? Isn't that a thing? But the child card is quite an innocent energy. It's like that childlike state of mind. It can also mention a little bit of immaturity. So that's probably where I'm getting the gossipy vibe coming through as well, a little bit with the immaturity of the child card as well. But at the end of the day, what we're seeing is, you've been quite stable and secure at the end of the day there with the house card coming on through. The house card definitely does talk about, yes, stability and things like that. It can also mean that there may be an issue with a physical house. Like, it's probably not going to resonate for everybody, but I am feeling that for at least one or two of you, there may be something to do with like a family home, or like you might be hearing this gossip may actually have something to do with like a house or a roommate, or I'm just getting that weird side message there. So if that message is for you, you will probably know what I'm talking about. But if not, just disregard that. It just does sort of show us that, whatever's coming through in the near future, it's going to be pretty stable. It's nothing to sort of worry about. It's still secure, even if there is this bit of background tension going on. It is quite secure for you in the near future. Your love energy is secure in the near future. Okay, but we will just see. I'll ask is there anyone in specific coming through for Gemini in the near future, please? Okay, so Gemini, we are seeing the possibility of new options headed your way. Okay, we've got the Sun card there, followed by the Fish card. And as you can see in that Fish card, the Fish card does talk about abundance. And, look how many fish are in the sea for you at the moment, Gemini. It talks about an abundance of options, really, and abundant opportunities for happiness. The sun really does reveal the truth about things, situations. I feel like it's letting us know you're going to cut through to the truth of the matter with all this gossipy type energy, this tension, and you will definitely have some abundant options on the table for you when it comes to love in the near future, Gemini. So we'll just grab you some oracles there and see what else wants to come out for you. So Gemini, Gemini singles, what do Gemini singles need to know, please? Okay. So we've got connect with nature coming through there, as well as you've got the power. Okay, look at that. Isn't that cute? The little girl balancing on the tightrope. That's it's like a spider web tightrope. It's so cute. Okay, so those ones do say, connect with nature. You're rejuvenated and inspired by spending time outdoors. Okay, so just a bit of a reminder to let you know, connect with nature, ground yourself a little bit, I feel. Whenever this tension is going on, get out and put your feet in the grass and maybe do some grounding sort of meditations or something like that, just to help yourself, because you do have the power. You've got the power, Gemini. So use your abilities to resolve this situation. You can do it. That's what that one says. So whenever this tension does arise, like I said, with that Sun card coming on through too, it's totally fine. It's something you do have the power to resolve this. I feel quite quickly, and the sun will shine through at the end of the day. That happiness will definitely come on through at the end of the day. So no matter, it's one of them things where it's like, no matter what you face, you've got it. You've got this. You're all good, Gemini. So, bring it on and get to the next stage, right? Okay, so thank you for your time, Gemini. I'm actually leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal as well. Okay, moving on to Cancer. How are we today, Cancer? Just looking today at our singles and seeing what's going on for everybody with our singles. So I will just draw a past, present, future, and then clarify as we go, grab any extra information as we go there. So Cancer singles, what's going on for Cancer singles, please? Okay, Cancer. For your past energy there, we are seeing the dog and the coffin, okay? So the dog energy there and the coffin energy there. So I feel like this is actually talking about, when it comes to your love energy, the coffin really does talk about endings, creating new beginnings, okay? So I feel like something has ended between either you and a friend or a past relationship. You've kind of like feeling like the loss of the friendship, like the death of the friendship of a past relationship is kind of affecting you in the past, maybe more so than the love aspects. It's losing that sense of friendship and loyalty that really has sort of struck you a little bit there, I feel, Cancer. The coffin, though, does talk, like I said, death brings new beginnings. Death brings rebirth, okay? So whatever ended between you and this person, so whether that's a friend or just that sense of loyalty within a connection in the past, whatever's ended there, it actually is giving you this really new rebirth opportunity to bring things through into your present and future, which I'm definitely seeing there with the lily in the present position. The lily really does talk about, possibly focusing on your career more than anything else at this time, but it really does talk about giving you that sense of intimacy, okay, and, having that compassion for yourself, that kindness for yourself quite a lot there too. It is quite a soft, feminine energy as well, but it like I said, a very intimate energy. So I feel like that is what's sort of reborn for you there. You're actually able to find your more intimate self once again, be vulnerable with yourself, and that's actually opening up this whole new world for you at this time. Like, and the lily really does talk about long term longevity as well. So you're sort of being reborn into a whole new person at the moment, I feel, Cancer. Someone who is a lot more emotionally intimate with themselves and with the people around them. Okay, so losing this past connection may have actually, helped you create that, like, we learn from our mistakes kind of a vibe where, you may be now realizing that, oh, I need to be more vulnerable. I need to be more intimate with people and let people know how I really feel and let people know that, look, I am really loyal to you or whatever it may be. And that's creating this whole new energy for you, Cancer. It's absolutely lovely. And then in the near future, we're seeing you being quite secure and stable. So, when it comes to the house energy here, that really does talk about, stable and secure. And, when you are sort of entering into anything new, you really are going to be bringing that sense of family and that stability to the connection in the future. Obviously, I feel like it's coming straight from that intimacy, that emotional vulnerability that I'm sensing with the lily there. It has sort of brought you into this whole new sense of balance and stability that you may not have had before. Okay, so I'm just going to get some clarity for you on that house card. So why the house card for Cancer, please? Yeah, the key. Okay, so we all know what's perfect to open up that house stability energy. It's that door to success right there. Doors being opened for you. As you can see, this key comes with this beautiful rose, I believe, or flower of some sort there. And so it really does talk about, opening the door to that stability and security within yourself. You have opened the door. The key really does talk about success. So in the future, we'll definitely be seeing some success for you when it does come to, potential relationships in the near future there, Cancer. That's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so we'll see. Is there any new energies headed Cancer's way when it comes to love and romance, please? Okay, so straight away there, we're seeing that that's pretty much a yes. There is definitely new opportunities headed your way. We're seeing the Rider and the Ring there. Okay, so the Rider really does talk about good news on the way. And with the Ring, good news about, long-term commitments, possible connections coming on through for you there. They are once again quite. I'm feeling that security from that house coming through once again. Because a ring, a circle never breaks, it never ends, it just goes around, and it's kind of like infinity, that forever vibe. I really am getting a longevity vibe from, so I really feel that your next long term connection could actually be like super long term for you guys there, Cancer. But yeah, definitely seeing some good news on the way into you soon when it comes to relationships there. And now a little bit about that person. They've got the fox energy going on. So they may be quite an independent person, okay? The fox energy, they do sort of they are sort of one of them people that, they'll do whatever it takes to survive and be independent as well. Like they probably have, they may have firm boundaries, but they are well, they may have had one of them lives where they've had no choice but to sort of survive, and they've had to focus on survival for quite a long time. But foxes are quite mothering, and they'll do whatever it takes to provide as well. Okay, so they can also be like a little bit of a salesperson type vibe as well. So they may be somebody who does sort of talk quite a lot, involved in that sort of salesman type spirit where they can sort of sell ice to Eskimos, and they'll sort of be quite clever and cunning as well with the way that they come across. Okay, so if that helps you know who this next connection may be for you, Cancer. I'm not really getting a vibe on whether that's any past energy or new energy. It is what it is. They're kind of very independent, off on their own. May feel a little bit aloof, actually, is kind of all I'm getting from that. Their energy kind of just wanting to be like, you know, I'm a fox. Oh, I do fox stuff. Whatever that means to you, Cancer. I don't even know what fox stuff is. What? And for some reason, I just got that song in my head too. What does the fox say? I can't even remember how it goes, but yeah, there was that song about the fox that says something. Anyway, if that means something to any of you guys, you might have a better idea than I do about that. But the fox energy, it also does bring that sort of shapeshifter vibe as well. So they can sort of transform to be whatever people need them to be. So whatever the situation does call for, they're quite cunning and clever, so they can sort of transform a little bit. They can shapeshift a little bit to suit whatever situation you kind of put them in as well. So, they may come across slightly differently on different days, and that kind of a vibe too. But I'm definitely getting, a successful, happy vibe from that. The fox might be just who you need at this time. All right. But I will grab you some oracle as well. So Cancer singles, what do Cancer singles need to know, please? What do you want to tell our Cancer singles, please? Nothing wanting to sort of jump today. Okay, so quite interesting here because we are seeing the walk away card. So I think that's going back to that coffin energy there, that friendship that we may have seen in the past there. It does say leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. How is that for you, Cancer? Especially when we had already spoken about unlocking new doorways for you there with when it comes to your stability and security. So if you are feeling that or you do, we do sort of subconsciously know when situations are unhealthy for us. So leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. And then we are seeing the love life card. Okay, so that one says the basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is now changing for the better. So I think that's all we need to know about that today, Cancer. But thanks for your time, and let me know how that resonates for you, and hopefully I'll see you all again soon. Thanks, Cancer. Hi there, Virgo. How are we? I'm just looking at singles, Virgo singles today. Let's see what's going on for all the single Virgos out there. Okay, so Virgo, for your past energy, we do have the cross there. Okay, so we may have been through, something that felt quite, spiritual or religious of late when it comes to love for you guys. Feeling that there may be something that you have sort of felt like is destined for you has sort of hit your path in the recent past, Virgo. We do also find that with the cross, it can also talk about, that cross to bear, like a little bit of a burden type energy coming through from the past there as well. I'll get some cards to clarify that cross energy for us. The cross for Virgo in the past position, please. Yeah, okay. So we're definitely seeing the whip card and the garden card there. So we're definitely seeing some sort of a meeting, or you met somebody in the past that it has sort of led to tension and a bit of trouble, possibly like that anxiety, like I said, a bit of a burden. So it may have been somebody that you were sort of destined to meet in some way, shape, or form, but it has sort of turned into a more burdensome type energy, a bit of tension that's happened in the past there when it comes to that particular energy, Virgo. So whatever that means for you guys, that if that resonates for you, fair enough. But if not, check your other placements as well, but definitely some sort of cross to bear that we've carried. I feel like we've carried this for a while, Virgo. This tension or drama in the past when it comes to someone we've met, or a meeting in particular. You might have met up with somebody and it just caused some more conflict or opposition than you expected it to. And it may have led to like I said, some spiritual tensions as well. Okay. In the present energy, we are seeing the birds. So that also links up with that past energy a little bit too, because with the birds, we are seeing that in the present, we are sort of still mourning that slightly. It's not a huge thing, but still feeling just a little bit of sadness when it comes to whatever's happened in the past for you there, Virgo. But the birds do actually have a real positive energy to them as well. They do bring up energy of excitement and chatter. So a lot of excitement for what's to come next, I feel, and excitement as well. Like if you've dealt with that opposition in the past, excited to see what the future might hold in a different spectrum for you there, Virgo. It can also talk about, conversations, phone calls, that type of thing that may be occurring for you in the present that will help sort of, it may be bringing up the past for you and helping you deal with those things a little bit better. Or that's what's sort of leading to those feelings of sadness, is something that's been brought up in conversation, in passing, or something like that for you. But then in the future, we are seeing the dog energy. Okay, so the dog really is, the loyal little puppy of the cards there. In this particular deck, you can see he's got some little flowers in his mouth, so he's got a bit of a gift for you too. But it really does talk about friendship. Okay, so your friends are probably going to be a super loyal, supportive thing for you in the near future. You know, they feel like they're a gift. You know, their friendship is a gift to you at this time, you know, in the near future there. So when I'm talking about, you know, the near future, I do sort of, it is pretty close near future I'm talking about there. I don't sort of like to unravel the future too far, but you know, because obviously energy is constantly changing and these things can change, but I'm definitely seeing some loyalty coming on through, some compassion and loyalty coming through for you in the near future there. So I'll get a bit more clarity for Virgo with their near future, please. What else should Virgo expect in the near future with love, please? Okay, so firstly, we're seeing the book card there. So definitely talking about new chapters, talking about you writing your own story, you know, these events that are still yet to unfold, definitely having that sense of excitement for what's going to unfold next. Because, you know, the book has not been written yet. That's completely up to you, Virgo, to choose where your story goes from here. So it definitely has a lot of new elements to it, new chapters, new beginnings in things. And we are seeing the house card as well. So definitely a lot of security and stability coming through in these new chapters. You'll be finding a much bigger sense of, you know, stability in connections in the near future. So if these past connections have been, you know, sort of wishy-washy and unstable, we're going to be heading in towards stability and a bit more balance when it comes to connections that we're seeing. We are also seeing the male card popping up there too. So not necessarily, you know, I don't like to genderize the male and female, but somebody who represents the more, you know, masculine elements there. So definitely seeing an actual person headed your way in the near future, holding this stability sort of a vibe there. You know, you can kind of see he's standing there surrounded by all these little butterflies, and butterflies. Oh, my lights just went haywire then. But you know, the butterflies do really represent metamorphosis and these transformations that these new beginnings are bringing in for us. So definitely some positive energies headed your way. That's absolutely gorgeous for you there, Virgo. Let me know where we come across this masculine energy. But I'll grab you some oracle cards as well. What do the Virgo singles need to know, please? What do you want to tell the Virgo singles, please? Okay, so we are seeing the Sun card there. Okay, so that definitely could be linking up with that masculine energy coming through. You know, every masculine is kind of somebody's son along the lines there. But we are all sons and daughters of the earth, so to speak, as well. But it does say your son is watched over and protected as he explores his world. So one, either you or this new person may actually have a child, you know, but also seeing any of the child sort of cards in the oracles does really bring to mind, you know, that growth kind of element, you know, that opportunity. You know, a child is young and innocent, and they got to, you know, exploring the world. So that a little bit of you know, innocence comes through with that as well, but also that opportunity to, you know, grow something from its infancy stage to a full adult stage, you know. So definitely seeing that this masculine energy coming on through for you could be something that grows into something lovely there with the Sun card. It's giving you the opportunity to you know, raise and grow this lovely energy coming through there. We are also seeing practice there. So side note, but for some Virgos, that could actually be quite a more literal kind of a thing, where it's saying, you know, if you want a son, practice. So, you know, it could actually be referring to some more physical aspects there. So if you do want children in the future, practice makes perfect, as they say. You know, practicing what it would be like to, or practice how do we attain a child. I know that's a bit weird of a message, but that may resonate for somebody out there. But yeah, practice, practice, practice. With daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. Okay, so I really feel that that's, you know, sort of just talking about just love in general for you, Virgo. You know, practice being a loving kind of friend and family member. Practice being yourself. You know, practice being the true self that you are, and you know, you will find that your skills and talents will help increase your confidence. Okay, and it will also help bring in this stability and whatnot for you, these new chapters. Okay, so definitely reason for excitement at the moment, Virgo. I hope you know, that all plays out super well for you guys. And yeah, like I said, don't let these past don't let this past energy be too much of a burden on you. Focus on you know, the sense of excitement about what these new chapters could be bringing for you there as well. Okay, but I just realized I totally skipped Leo, so I will swap over to Leo now. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that, Leo. I did totally skip you guys, so I will do you guys now, and obviously make sure I put the timestamps correctly for you there. But what is Leo? And this is so odd. I swear that happened in a Leo reading I've done recently, where Virgo was trying to overtake your reading as well. So if you have a Virgo in your life, or you have some Virgo placements, maybe you need to be watching the Virgo readings as well, because Virgo is totally trying to overtake your energy this week, Leo. So don't know what's going on with that. I feel like it was Virgo and Leo that I had that happen with earlier this week. Okay, so Leo, what's going on for Leo with love, please? Leo singles, please. Okay, so I am seeing the male energy in your recent past there, Leo. So, you know, I don't like to genderize the cards. Okay, so we are just talking about some more masculine elements in the past that may have affected you and your relationships, because we are sort of, you know, we're talking about things like, you know, that dominate, you know, the dominative type, leadership type energy coming on through with the masculine card there, possibly that controlling energy a little bit as well. But we do see with that male card, he's sort of surrounded by all these butterflies here. So it really does have a transformative energy as well. Okay, so it maybe, like, I feel like it could be talking about looking at how you have been quite you yourself have been quite masculine in the past when it has come to love. You know, if you we do if you're someone like me and you do tend to have a few controlling traits, maybe stopping and looking at those and working out how we can transform them to more feminine qualities rather than masculine qualities. You know, every person, whether you're male, female, or in between, you do need to have a good balance of, you know, both the masculine and the feminine within yourself, for your own self. You know, they're all a part of life, you know, so it may be talking about, you know, embracing, you know, in the past you may have embraced the more masculine elements strongly, whereas sort of maybe needing to transform those into a more feminine, kind of soft, loving type vibe, especially when in the present we are seeing the ring card. Okay, so the ring card, I feel like that's actually talking about cycles for you, Leo, talking about looking at the cycles that we have sort of been through when it comes to love. And yeah, like definitely once again feeling that possible control as an issue in the past, whether that's from you or somebody else. I am feeling that that's a cycle that we may have had in our previous relationships, some sort of control dynamic going on there, that we're really needing to look at that cycle and work out whether that's a cycle we want to continue, or if that's a cycle that we really want to step away from and change the cycle, transform that cycle into something new. I will grab another clarifier card for that ring there. Why the ring for Leo in the present, please? It could also just be that you are very focused on relationships at the moment. But no, I did just have the tree flip on out. So I'm definitely finding that that's more to do with your self-growth path at this time. The tree really does talk about self-growth and knowledge and wisdom when it comes to yourself. Okay, so growing that tree strong so that the branches don't break and that you can weather any storm. So I really feel that, yeah, we are probably having to, look at ourselves a little bit at the moment when it does come to love connections. Probably those connections in the past being quite important to be looking at, to see where those cycles are coming from, and how we can change those cycles as well. Okay. Now, in the near future, we are seeing the dog energy there. So the dog is, such a cute little loyal friend. So it really does talk about friendships and that kind of a thing. So it is talking about, relying on your friends in the near future. They want to support you. They want to be there for you. You do see a big sense of loyalty and compassion coming through with the dog card there. Like I said, mostly friendships we're talking about when it comes to the little puppy, but I will get some more clarity for him as well. Why the dog card for Leo in the near future, please? Okay, so we are seeing the fish card there, followed by the crossroads card as well. Okay, so you can see with that one, it's under a little microscope there, the crossroad, um, you know, triangle shaped crossroad here, giving you multiple paths that you can be walking in the near future. And the fish card does have a sort of similar sort of vibe when it does come to multiple options as well. It does talk about abundance. Okay, so we might have some friendships or some loyalty in abundance available to us that we're not sort of taking advantage of. But it could also talk about, you may be meeting some options through friends, because the fish card there, it does talk about, abundance and having lots of little fish in the sea, that you can choose from. So when it comes to love, it definitely can talk about multiple options coming your way. And then with the crossroads as well, I'm seeing, some definite choices needing to be made in the near future when it does come to, all these different options. But, with that, dog card there and these other two cards, we actually could be seeing for you, Leo, that there may be a friend in your life, there may be a platonic relationship in your life that one or the other of you may actually be wanting to progress that to a different kind of relationship. So someone may be wanting to, might have a crush on a friend and might want to actually, be talking about progressing that into a love relationship instead of just a platonic relationship. That's a definite possibility with that dog card coming through there. So we are also seeing, like I said, the crossroads under the microscope there, and that does talk about choices and decisions needing to be made in the near future when it comes to love. I will ask for you there, because with the crossroads card, we also see too, because no matter what path you choose, it's the right path for you. Okay, so sometimes we just choose a path that has more detours or more sightseeing than the others. Okay, but no matter what choice you do make, know that it's probably the right one for you and your path. But we'll sort of see. I just want to sort of, I'm a bit nosy, you know, so what's the outcome? What's the outcome for Leo in the near future with love, please? Okay, so we're seeing the lily and then the anchor there. So in this particular reading, you know, the anchor can sometimes mean a few things, but in this particular reading, I'm finding the lily, that's talking about, you know, intimacy coming your way. You definitely will be having that outcome of intimacy and longevity, okay? So you do have options on the table that actually could be very long-term options for you, and they will sort of hold you in place and help you feel secure and help you feel like you're where you need to be, because you know the anchor does, they drop anchor so they don't sail away too far. Okay, so I definitely feel that this could just be talking about you know, choosing where you want to anchor your ships. Okay, and when you do make that choice of where you do want to drop that anchor, that it will be sort of bringing in long-term options for you, things that could actually be quite intimate, not just physically, but also emotionally intimate for you, that could last quite a long time. You know, seeing that lily card come through is always a really positive card when it does come to love, because it does talk about things that are going to be quite secure long term rather than just short term. Okay, so I will grab you a couple of oracle as well there, Leo. So Leo singles, what do Leo singles need to know right now, please? What do Leo singles need to know? Okay, so we're seeing ask for what you want. So that does say let the universe and other people know what you need. Okay, so being you know, and once again with that lily card, it can talk about being open and vulnerable emotionally as well. So I feel like that's what that's sort of saying here is you know, letting everyone, like, not going around and shouting it from the mountaintops what you want, but you know, letting the universe know what exactly you want to manifest when it comes to love connections, and you know, being open and honest with the people in your life, about, look, this is what I do want for myself, and you know, this is what I'm going to get, this is the choices I'm going to make, these choices because I want this and this, you know. And then we are seeing the everything's okay card there too. So that says, don't worry, it's all working out in a beautiful way. So, you know, what more could you want, really? Everything is okay. So everything is as it should be. Like I said with that road card, no matter what choice you make, you are going to be following your path. Okay, so your path is yours alone to walk. And rest assured that no matter what decisions you make, I feel that you're probably instinctively going to make the right ones anyway. And Spirit just wants to let you know that, you know, everything's okay and it is going to work out exactly as it should. So thanks for your time, and hopefully I'll see you all again soon, Leo. But moving over to Libra. How are we, Libra? Sorry, I don't mind me writing the timestamps there. And I will also, I'll change your timestamp actually. I'm just going to have a quick drink. Sorry. Hi there, Libra. How are you? Just doing our singles reading for you today. Looking at what's going on for Libra singles, please. Okay, so Libra, in the past position, we have seen some short-term luck that you've had when it comes to love connections in the past. But I'm kind of getting the vibe that, it may have been short-term happiness for you in the past. It may not have actually had much longevity, but, those short-term options were there. And I feel like you may have took advantage of those, but they were eventually revealed to you to be just short-term, not long-term sort of choices there. The Clover card there, it really does talk about good. You've had some pretty good fortune. So I'm like feeling that you probably are looking back on the recent past as, things have been all right for me. It's not been, horrible or anything like that. But then we're seeing the sun as well. So you may have had some revelations, some truth revealed to you. You may have, like, the truth might have come to light with certain situations, and you may have had to sort of walk away from those in the past, or things like that, and realize that that's just for the short term. That's not for me forever, sort of a thing. And with the sun, though, we are seeing that, looking back at that past relationships with happiness, and a sense of sort of warmth, and it was worth the risk in the past it was worth the effort and the time, not feeling anything super negative coming from the past energy there, Libra. But it also could be talking about, the super recent past. I feel like you guys may have actually met someone in like super recently, that you did sort of take a bit of a risk on getting to know that person or something like that. And I feel like you guys may not be single for much longer, because in your present energy, we are seeing the stars card, okay? And that really does talk about your wishes and your desires are being fulfilled. Okay, so sorry, Libra, but why are you watching a singles reading? Because I'm not sure if that is actually applying to a lot of you right now. I don't think you're going to be single very much longer at all. Okay, so especially when we see our near future card is the ring. Okay, so we're seeing that all your wishes are starting to come true, and then we're seeing the ring in the near future there. So definitely heading into some sort of commitment, connection in the near future there with those two particular cards. Maybe that's why we're having such a happy energy going on there in the short term recent past, because maybe you have met somebody who's going to be quite important for you in the near future. Okay, and we just haven't sealed the sealed the fine print off just yet, but I feel like this person could actually be fulfilling quite a lot of the things that you have wished for when it comes to connections, and love and those sorts of a thing there. Can I just get some bonus cards for Libra? There's not much more I can really look into for that there, Libra, when it comes to doing a singles reading. Why is this coming up for Libra singles, please? If Libra singles are already having this awesome energy, why are we watching a singles reading? Okay, you're just stuck in your thoughts about it, are you, Libra? That's the clouds card there. So that can talk about overthinking and a little bit of anxiety. Okay, so I feel like there's no need to be stuck in your thoughts and stuck in your head when it comes to whoever this person is, because, it's looking quite stable. And I did just see on my timer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So go, baby. Oh, there we go. Okay. Outcomes for Libra in the near future, please. Once again, Libra, I'm not seeing anything negative. I'm seeing the abundance card, the fish card there, okay? I am seeing the female energy coming on through, and I am seeing the lily as well. Okay, so you can kind of see there in that fish card how similar to the stars card is the center of that fish card. Okay, so it looks like you may have had multiple options looking at you, but your wishes, you know, you're in that wish energy at the moment, that fulfillment energy at the moment. So I feel like you just have abundance coming to you from all directions at the moment. That definitely could be talking about financial abundance. This person may actually be quite well off when it financially speaking, or you guys are going to be heading into a cycle where you guys do become very abundant together. Okay, or all those, it may just be even talking about, you know, it might just be more than one wish that you're getting as well. We might have an abundance of things all headed your way all at once. So Libra, let me in. But yeah, the female energy, I don't really read the genders, but you know, that's talking about the softer, more emotional, more loving, more nurturing sides of yourself or this person. Okay, so flip it as need be, but definitely seeing that loving, nurturing energy coming through there once again. And then the lily card that talks about longevity and intimacy. Okay, so not just physical intimacy, but emotional intimacy as well, being able to be vulnerable with each other, and heading into long term. So you know, the lily as an outcome, it really does talk about, you know, this huge level of intimacy between the two of you, and like longevity options, you know. So it might be abundantly clear to you very soon that this that you're not going to be single much longer. And you know, don't let yourself overthink it, because this is looking like it could be something really beautiful for you, Libra. Okay, so I'll grab you an oracle as well, Libra. Libra singles. Libra singles, please. Healing, healed, healer. Okay, so there may be some certain aspects that you have had to heal in the past, you know, haven't we all? But it's sort of saying you have done your healing, you are now healed, and you are now a healer. Okay, so healing energy surrounds you and this whole situation. Okay, so it's all sort of, all those little cracks are all being closed back in, joined back together. You're going to be feeling like totally, you know, it's going to feel like a miracle. I feel that's what keeps coming to mind with that healed energy. It's like when somebody's healed from something medically, and the doctors are like, it's a miracle. We don't know how this broken leg knitted itself back together. I feel like that is you, Libra. You are just in this beautiful energy, and you know, all the work you've done has been worth it with that card there as well. You definitely you know, you've done the work when it comes to your self-healing, and you have now healed, and now the next stage is headed your way as well. Beautiful, Libra. You know, I really do hope that resonated for all the Libras out there, and you know, let me know. And I'm sure, you know, you guys will have to keep your eyes out for the your person readings next time around instead of the singles readings. Okay. But yeah, leave us a comment, Libra, and let me know what you think about that. Have you met this person yet, and you're just overthinking it? Or is that still not just hasn't quite happened as of yet? Let me know. Okay, so moving over to Scorpio. How are we, Scorpio? Just looking at our Scorpio singles today. I have just had a card that went crazy over there. So I'll grab that in a moment. I'll just grab your base card. Scorpio singles, please. Okay, so that one that went flying, that was the fish card, okay? So the fish card really does talk about abundance. That is my financial card. So that might just be, you know, something just on the side for you there, Scorpio. We might be, you know, getting some finances flying straight into our pocket in the near future there. Okay, that's even though that I'm asking about, you know, love and whatnot, you know, that is actually, it's kind of just yelling. Sometimes it does talk about a couple of other things, but I am really only getting the financial vibe from that at the moment. So, you know, you may definitely have a bit of abundance headed your way at the moment, Scorpio. And as a kind of overall energy, that's lovely to be seeing, because we are seeing just that abundance of loving feelings as well when it comes to that, you know, like rich in love is the vibe I'm getting from that. So whether we're talking about physical finances and, you know, money, or whether we're talking about, you know, the love currency, we've got that huge abundance right there for the taking, Scorpio. So that's beautiful. In the past there, we are seeing the Lily card. I am just going to grab some clarity on that, because I am getting some random messages there with that card. Clarity for the Lily card, please, for Scorpio singles. Okay. And how does that connect to the present energy, please? Is that a direct connection? Yeah, okay. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is, when I've clarified that Lily card, I have gotten the female energy come on through there, which then that is linking to our present energy with the birds card, okay? So what I'm kind of getting from this is that in the past we were connected to somebody. I'm not going to say, you know, female or male, even though it is the female card there. I don't like to read the genders, so you'll know who this person is, okay? But it was somebody that, you know, you thought you were going to be long term with this person. You thought this was a long term thing. You thought that you guys had this huge sense of intimacy between you, and you thought that it was going to be a long term option for you in the past. Like, this is past energy, okay? And then with the birds there, we're seeing it's not really telling me exactly what has sort of happened as such, but we are seeing a sense of sort of sadness coming on through that this is the past, okay, and that the present energy is the coffin. So that's telling me that this has ended, okay? So whatever this is in the past here, this female energy with the lily there in the past, that has ended, okay? Because we are seeing the coffin in the present. So the coffin talks about death of a situation in order for new energy, okay? So with every death, there is a rebirth. With every ending, there's a new beginning, but that we have need to close things out in order to open new doors. Okay, so you've had to close the door on this for some reason or another. And with the birds there as the joiner, it's letting me know that, you know, there may have been some really tough conversations between you and this person, you know, but also that, yeah, there's a big sense of sadness, like, and that you possibly are still grieving the ending of that connection there, okay? Because we're in this energy at the moment, the coffin energy, okay? So we are still a little bit stuck on that being closed, okay? So we've had to close something. We may have only just sort of ended out that cycle. But, you know, with the coffin, like I said, every death does have a rebirth as well. It does bring rebirth. You know, every time we close the lid on something, a window opens over there, so to speak, you know. And then we are seeing in the near future the road, which is, you know, decisions and choices needing to be made in the near future, okay? So I feel like this, even though this is a past energy, that we may be having it come back around as one of our future choices, or whether we want to. So it really feels to me that we're having to choose, like, and this choice is sort of under the microscope a little bit too, of what path do we want to take. Do we want to pursue that past energy, or do we want to pursue something new altogether? I'm going to get some more clarity on that for you, Scorpio. Can we get some more information about this crossroads for Scorpio, please? Okay, and outcomes for Scorpio, please. Okay, so what we're sort of seeing when I've asked for some extra clarity is we're seeing the clouds and then the man. Okay, so there's the alternate side to that female energy coming on through here. So yeah, I definitely feel that whoever that female energy is, that's the past person that we're talking about. Like I said, regardless of the gender, we are just sort of seeing the masculine and feminine. We're just talking about people, I suppose. You know, you may be more in masculine, in a more masculine mindset at the moment. You know, trying to be tough, I feel, is what's going on. You know, you're trying to be tough at the moment, and they may have, you know, been quite emotional, as compared to the way that you're trying to be stoic and tough at the moment, I feel. And also with the clouds there, I am just feeling, you know, you're overthinking things and you're being quite stuck in your thoughts about all of this as well at the moment. Okay, so whatever these choices and decisions that you're having to make when it comes to this situation in the past, you're like overthinking it and you are kind of really stuck in your head about it. Okay, but I am seeing in the outcomes section there, I feel like this is probably along the lines of advice for you when it helps to help you make this decision, okay? Because we are seeing the bear and the heart, okay? So that's kind of just telling me you need to stand in your strength and stand in your power. You know, be protective of your heart, okay? With the heart energy there, and with the bear is like super protective, even to the point sometimes it can be a little bit defensive, okay? But you know, the bear is strength, and it is talking about having the strength to get through this, and you know, coming out with your heart intact, and having that love for yourself within this situation, and knowing that you can love again, okay? I feel like, yeah, I feel like you have already kind of made up your decision, whether you know it or not. But your decision is that you need to do whatever it takes to protect your heart. Okay, so you need to stand up for yourself and protect your heart. I feel like that is what we're seeing at the moment for you there, Scorpio. But like I said, that abundance card did flip out. Okay, so when that flip, like if that jumps out like that, that really does let me know that, you know, regardless of whatever's going on here with all of this, you know, you have options and you have abundance, and you have an abundance of love to protect. Okay, so whether you know it or not, you do have an abundance of love to protect, and you know, if it's with this person or with somebody else, you can love again and have love again. Okay, especially with that abundance, you know, we do see, you know, lots of little fish in the sea for you, as well as in the middle there we've got these like stars, and the stars really do talk about wishes as well. Okay, so you do have an abundance of wishes that are actually available to you. So it's really talking about standing in your strength, protecting your heart, and protecting what you really do wish for. And if you're not getting that, don't don't stand for it. Be defensive, be protective of your heart, okay? And be protective of what it is that you do truly want in love, okay? Sorry if that's a bit of a hard message, but I'll grab you a couple of oracles as well. So Scorpio singles, what do Scorpio singles need to know, please? Okay, so I am seeing the spring card there, as well as the holiday card there. So if you're in America, I know that spring break is a thing. So that could literally be talking about spring break for you guys. But generally speaking, I do read seasons as my own seasons. So that's like September, October, November for us, okay? It does saying your desires fully manifest as the flowers begin to bloom. Okay, so you know, like I said, protect your heart and protect what your true desires with those wishes. You know, protect your true wishes, and they will bloom eventually. It may just not be, you know, when you wish for them. Like they may not bloom immediately. We may need to get through this energy first, but they will come through eventually, okay? And then we see the holiday card, okay? And that says the answer you're looking for can be found during a vacation, retreat, or holiday getaway. So I feel like that is just letting you know, take some time to yourself and work through this, you know, get through the overthinking and stoic kind of energy. Make sure we're protecting our heart. If you need to take a vacation, even if you need to take a rest from thinking about this and dealing with this, do it. Take a break. Okay, you need that holiday, even if it's a holiday from all of this. Okay, may not even be a physical holiday, but you know, having a bit of a break. Okay, at the moment is kind of important for you there. So I hope that helps you. You know, if that doesn't really resonate for you, you know, you are more than welcome to check your other placements. Like I do usually recommend checking your moon sign. The way that I read, I do find the moon signs come through quite strongly, as well as the sun signs there. So, you know, check your other placements and we might get a little bit more to the story for you. But, you know, if that's what we're dealing with, Scorpio, I do wish you all the best, okay? And, you know, leave me a comment and let me know. Let me know if there's anything in particular you want me to delve into for you guys. I'm because I'm such a small channel, I am willing to sort of play ball with my small group of subscribers there. So, you know, if there is anything in particular you want to know a little bit more about, jump on and let me know, and I'll see what I can do for you. Okay. Hope to see you again soon, Scorpio. Okay. Hey there, all my Saggy singles. How are we? Just doing a singles reading today. Don't mind me. I have a lozenge in because my throat is a bit dodgy today. So if you do see me with that, sorry. Okay, so what's going on for all the Saggy singles at the moment with love, please? Okay, so in the past energy, we're seeing the ring for you, Sagittarius. So that sort of does bring to mind that, you know, we do definitely have some sort of past connection that is sort of heavy on your mind at the moment. Okay, so it could also be talking about, you know, just cycles within love as well. You know, having a bit of a closer look at some of our past cycles that we've been through with love and relationships. I will get some clarity for that. Why are we seeing the ring for Sagittarius in the past position? Yes, so definitely looking at some self-growth aspects there with the tree, sort of wanting to, you know, plant your roots a bit firmer and, you know, grow at the moment, I feel, when it comes to relationships and your sense of relationships. So, you know, those past relationships might be a little bit under the microscope for you at the moment when it comes to your self growth. We are also seeing the whip coming through there as well. So, definitely looking at some past trouble, tensions, drama, oppositions that we have faced when it comes to love and romance. So definitely using those though for our self-healing and our self-growth, which is always a positive thing, Saggy. Um, the trees are such a beautiful card to see because it does really talk about using your own wisdom and how much wiser you are now with relationships than when you were in the drama. You know what I mean? Like, you may have had some tension and trouble in the past relationships, but growing out of those, um, you know, those energies and really focusing on the positive elements that you've seen in these cycles within relationships in the past. Definitely seeing that focus on self growth and a lot of wisdom. I'm feeling like you guys might have, you might be feeling a lot older and wiser, even if these were only recent sort of connections, feeling a lot more wiser than you may have while you're in the midst of that energy there. And then for your present energy, we're seeing the crossroads. Okay, so definitely some things under the microscope for you at the moment, Sagittarius. Probably talking about, choices and decisions that we've made when it comes to how we've dealt with past conflict, but also that element of, choosing what path you want to take from here, and actually being more conscious about, how we are making those choices and decisions when it comes to love in the future as well. So, I'm getting the vibe that we may be on a whole new path when it comes to love, using that wisdom that we have gleaned in the past relationships there to really choose a new path that's going to serve us a little bit better. Okay, because then in the future we are seeing the scythe. So that does talk about sudden changes coming on through. It is usually quite quick, unexpected type changes that do come through, and it really does talk, especially with this particular card. You can see there this scythe is with its more traditional imagery of wheat there, so it's sort of like reaping the harvest quite a lot there. The scythe is a tool that it cuts through all the stalks there and it reaps the harvest from what has been sown in the past. Okay, so really looking at some sudden changes that it is going to equate to you reaping the harvest, I feel. But we will grab a bit of clarity for that one as well. Why the scythe for Sagittarius, please? Wow, yeah. So seeing the love and it, like the heart card coming through there, as well as the cross card there. Okay, so I feel like whatever these changes are, they're definitely going to be, somewhat love related, heart space related, changes for the better, changes that are going to help you give and receive love a lot more clearly, as well as being very loving kind of changes, changes that are coming in with love in mind, so definitely a positive there when we see the heart coming on through. It also is quite a romantic energy with that card as well. So, you may have some romance headed your way very soon, especially with the cross card coming through. The cross can talk about, that spiritual connection, religious connection with people and yourself as well. So, you may be feeling that these changes are quite destined. Okay, and so if we are meeting someone new in a love kind of way, they may be feeling like you might feel as though, oh, I was destined to meet this person. So I'm just going to ask if there is an actual tell us about the next person energy coming through for Sagittarius, please, with love. Yeah, definitely seeing some new chapters being written for you. The book card there definitely talks about those unknown, exciting new chapters coming on through for you. So whatever choices you're making at the moment, they are going to be leading to big changes for you in the near future, and definite positive new changes when it comes to love and desire and all those sorts of things writing your own story, and it's you know, the book is yet to be written, but it's got that real beautiful vibe to it already. And then we do see the coffin card as well, so that's just kind of letting me know that, you know, those past energies, that trouble that we've been through in the past, closing the cycle of those, you know, is going to bring these new changes in, because with the coffin we do see that whole idea of death and rebirth. So when one thing ends, it brings in a whole new beginning. So one thing needing to be closed off in order to give you the opportunity to find the new beginnings in things as well. Especially with the book, they're definitely seeing the new beginnings shining brightly with that coffin card there. But I'll grab you some oracle as well. So Sagittarius with love. What does Sagittarius need to know with love? Sagittarian singles, please. Okay, that's quite interesting there, because I am seeing the vegetarian card there, and I actually do know a couple of Sagittarians who are all actually vegan. So that's quite interesting. I do know a couple that are not, but you know, I do know of at least 3 Sagittarians that I'm aware of that are vegan. So that's a quite interesting card to be pulling. So hi guys, how are we? A new way of eating gives you more energy, greater health, clarity, and stronger manifestation abilities. Okay, so even if you are already vegetarian or vegan, this is just sort of talking about, you know, really like highlighting your health aspects at the moment, and not just health and eating as well. It's talking about, you know, pretty much everything, you know what I mean? Like a cleaner way of thinking, a cleaner way of doing things and behaving. You know, veganism for the soul, basically, you know, really purifying and cleansing yourself at this time in one way, shape, or another. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily mean eating, even though that is a happy coincidence that I personally do know quite a few vegan or vegetarian Sagittarians there. So I just think that's hilarious. But like I said, hi guys. You'll know who you are if you're someone I know, won't you? And you are happen to be vegan. But we also are seeing the travel card there as well. Okay, so beautiful image there with the you know, the reindeer with the lights in his antlers, gorgeous. An upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. Okay, so and with that scythe on the board, I feel that could be the sudden element. You may be needing to suddenly travel somewhere. You may have recently traveled somewhere that it's going to actually have some, you know, longer term impacts that you may not be aware of just yet. You know, and it will prove to be quite life changing for you in one way, shape, or another. So there you go. If you don't have any plans to travel, could just be talking about those new chapters, you know, traveling into a whole new world, traveling into, you know, the next phase of your life. Okay. So like I said, some of these cards, like the vegetarian one, they're not always literal. They can sort of be that more metaphorical type of vibe there. So the travel definitely could be more metaphorical, just within yourself, that growth that you've been through. Just continue traveling on that journey, and entering this new chapter as well could definitely be super positive for you at the moment there, Sagittarius. So good luck with that, and let me know, you know, in the comments, how that resonates for you. And if you are one of the Sagittarians who are a vegan or a vegetarian, you know, put like a little broccoli or something in the comments. Everyone that does comment will go in the draw for a free personal reading as well. So it's well worth a good broccoli emoji for that, right? But I'll move over to Capricorn. Just make sure I've got all these cards shuffled and whatnot. Okay, so Capricorn, how are we today? Just doing a singles reading for all the Capricorns out there. Hope everyone's coping okay during this retrograde season. We're getting there, guys. It's only like 2 more weeks. We have just had that solar eclipse too, so I know the energy of that's still kind of sticking around a little bit, but it should be clearing out in the next few days as well. Okay, Capricorn singles. Okay, for your past energy, we are seeing the Coffin card, Capricorn. So that sort of leads me to believe that, you know, you guys have recently ended a situation. You know, there has been some sort of a death in the recent past, something that has ended. But with every death, there is a rebirth as well. Okay, very important to remember with that Coffin card. When we do close one thing out, something new usually does pop on up. It may take a little bit of while. Sometimes we do have a little bit of stagnancy with the Coffin. It can be like a little bit of that Sleeping Beauty type energy, you know, where the coffin has been closed on Sleeping Beauty, but she needs her little time frame there, and then, you know, true love's kiss will awaken her, or whatever, you know. So you're definitely seeing a period. This is obviously in the past energy, so I feel like, you know, that true love's kiss is either in the near future for us, or it's already started. Okay, so we are sort of entering a cycle of newness, and that, you know, like I said, that, you know, every ending bringing a new beginning. So I feel like those new beginnings are just starting to pop in for us at the moment, but still maybe a little bit focused on the ending, or the death of that situation, because I am seeing the Mountain as your current energy. And so the Mountain and the Coffin are actually kind of similar in a lot of ways when it comes to that sort of energy. Sorry. Because, you know, the mountain can be like an obstacle or a challenge. Okay, so we can sort of see that as the sort of ending. You know, climbing the side of the mountain is the ending side of the coffin. Okay, and then when you get to the top, that's when the new beginning can start, and you can see your way clear, and you can decide what path to take back down the mountain, and it really is a new opportunity on the other side of that precipice, I suppose. So I feel like for you, Capricorn, you are like sitting right here at the top of the mountain at the moment. So you somewhere on this very top little ridge. So whether or not you've actually reached the tippy top and you can see your way clear already, or if that's sort of, you know, in the very near future, present kind of energy, that'll be definitely happening for you soon. Okay, because we do also see in this card the butterfly imagery. You know, so that really always talks about that metamorphosis, that transformation, transforming that ending into something brand new, transforming that into something with these beautiful wings, and it can take flight. You know, whereas before it was this slow little caterpillar climbing its way up this giant hill. Now we're at the top. We are this butterfly. We've entered our chrysalis at the top there, and we're coming out transformed and able to fly off into the sunset, so to speak there. And then your future energy, we are seeing the Garden card as well. Okay, so that actually talks about meetings and social events. Okay, so you may be finding yourself, you know, being a bit more social in the next few weeks, meeting lots of people, those kinds of things. I also want to say, Capricorn, that, you know, sometimes this can talk about an invitation. So I feel like, um, you know, if you're invited out somewhere, you know, to anywhere really, if someone invites you to go somewhere with them or meet up with them, something along those lines, I would say go for it at this time. This is a really supportive energy of social things and meeting up with people and that sort of a thing. I will get a bit of clarity for that Garden card, because, you know, we all know that we've done the hard work with the Mountain. We've closed off that cycle with the Coffin, but we want to get to the juicy stuff and find out, you know, are we meeting someone in the near future? Is that what the Garden's about, please? Okay, and can I get outcomes for Capricorn? Can I get near future outcomes for Capricorn with that Garden card, please? Okay, so when I've clarified that Garden energy, I have gotten the dog, the lily, and then the rider. Okay, so the dog really does talk a lot of the time about friendships or loyalty. Okay, so I feel that it may not be talking about an actual platonic friend. It could be talking about meeting up with friends, and you may, you know, have some important times out with friends that are going to help you achieve the energy that you're after at the moment. Um, and then the lily does actually talk about long-term longevity, like long-term things that are going to last you a long time in your life and serve you well for a long time. But it also does talk about, you know, being a bit more vulnerable and intimate with people on a not just a physical but an emotional level as well. So it could even just be saying that, you know, you do need to be a little bit more vulnerable with your friends. They want to be supportive of you. They want to, you know, show you their loyalty and that they care about you and whatnot. You know, so being a little bit more intimate with your friends and whatnot can actually be a really good energy for you at the moment. And then we are seeing sort of good news on the way with that rider as well. So, you know, a friend may actually, you know, introduce you to somebody or have good news for you about something that's going to really, you know, perk up that love energy for you in some way, shape, or another. With the rider and the dog coming out as well, when we're asking about love, it could also mean that there's a friend of yours that is interested in you in a love kind of way, and the news is that they want to, you know, progress this to a more intimate connection. Okay, so that may not resonate for everybody, but, you know, definitely some Capricorns out there, you may be actually hearing that a friend wants to be a little bit more than just a friend as well. Okay. And then when I've asked for an outcome for you there, I am getting the bear and the mice as well as the key. Okay, so I'll come back to that because that's super important, that key energy. And I feel like this is the energy I pulled out for you guys recently as well. The same sort of energy I got for you guys yesterday in that super short reading I did. But I know the bear was definitely one of them, but I can't really remember about the second card there. But that bear energy, he's like super protective and a little bit defensive, and you know, with the mice, we do find things that have been sort of chewing away at us. Okay, so feeling like we are still in a little bit of that energy, Capricorn, where we are sort of have things eating away at us, and we are sort of stuck in our own thoughts about you know, this ending back here. You know, we're still stuck a little bit on that ending. And like I said, you know, we don't know exactly where we are on that mountain, but I feel like we're nearly at the top. But maybe this friend energy will help get us out of this sort of energy that we're sort of still a bit stuck in there. We are being a little bit defensive, okay, about the things that we've lost in the past, and are being you know, super protective of the fact that we are sort of chewing over these things repeatedly in our mind. I am just getting that sort of overthinking vibe. Even though the clouds is not here, I am getting that clouds overthinking kind of anxiety vibe as well. But then with the key there, we're definitely seeing, you know, things being unlocked for you, okay? Unlocking doors and to success, basically, with the key there. And you can see the beautiful floral imagery there. So it really does have that like giving you success kind of vibe. So Getting out and about with some friends will be super beneficial for you at this time, Capricorn, because it will really help you unlock these new energies that we're striving for to help get you out of this sort of, the bear is sort of, standing in your own power and having strong boundaries. But with the mice there, I do feel that you are sort of worrying yourself a little bit too much, and you're being a little bit overbearing when it comes to your defensiveness when it comes to love at the moment. So it's kind of telling us a little bit, back off a little bit, bear. Back off, bear. Oh, that really needs to be a thing. But yeah, back off, bear, and then we shall see new doors open for you, and we'll see a lot of success. So you do definitely have, successful opportunities headed your way when it comes to love and relationships. It's just a matter of allowing yourself to see them and let them come on through. You're almost over that mountain, so just keep on climbing, Capricorn. Capricorn's we're the goat of the zodiac, right? So the goats can climb any mountain. You know that. If you're a Capricorn, you already know that Capricorns are willing to put in the work necessary to climb any mountain, any obstacle that's in front of them. Capricorn can climb it. So even if you do slip back a little bit here and there with that little fishy tail of yours, keep on climbing, and you will get there, and everything is going to be okay. I feel you've got that success right around the corner. So what do you want to tell Capricorn singles, please? Capricorn singles, please. Okay, so we're seeing the Be Yourself card coming through, Capricorn, and that says this situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis for your personal power. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, even though we're in the mountain energy, that's actually the Capricorn card. So it double message there, that yes, being yourself is perfectly good enough, and really vibe it, and be the authentic version of yourself. Don't be yourself that's beating yourself up about anything from the past, or dwelling on those things, being overprotective and defensive of whatever's happened to you in the past. Don't be defensive against love. Be yourself and use that beautiful unicorn horn to, stab any obstacle in your way and move on out. And then we are seeing the new career card coming through. So a lot of Capricorns are probably going to love seeing a career-related card coming out for them in a love reading. But it does say your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, and successful direction. Okay, so some Capricorns out there may need to just be aware that there is a possible new career on the horizon for you. It's not going to resonate for everybody, but keeping in mind, though, that when we are doing a love reading, when it says things like new career, it can just be talking about, it may not actually be talking about career. It may just be talking about those new doors that are opening for you into success, because, success, that is a bit of a career type card, financial type card as well. But so them two linking together could actually just be talking about new opportunities coming your way with love. It could also be just talking about, you may meet somebody who is like somehow connected to new career opportunities for you as well. Just like I said, it's not going to resonate for everybody, but there may be some Capricorns out there that if you do meet someone, and I'm feeling, rather than it being connected to a new career for you, I'm feeling like you may actually meet someone who is currently changing careers themselves, or they're going into a new career, and that's how you've met them, because they've just started a new career and it's linked to your job or something like that. So yeah, who knows? It could be something along those lines as well. But yeah, let me know how that resonates for you, Capricorn. And, you know, I have seen that bear energy coming out a few times for Capricorn recently. So really needing to focus on thinking a bit more positive at the moment, I feel, Capricorn, and not being so protective of yourself. You know, be yourself, but you don't need to be overprotective. Like I said, back off, bear. I know you guys are the goats of the zodiac, but we're really reading as bears lately. So you know, we are quite tenacious and ferocious and whatnot. So if it looks like a bear, it might be a bear. uh, Thanks, Capricorn. I'll see you guys again soon, I hope. Okay, so moving over to Aquarius. How are we, Aquarius? Just doing our single readings today. Looking at what's going on in love and romance for our singles. And I have that just like popped out of the deck just now. So that is a good energy to start us with. Let's get going. I'll if it comes back out again, I'll take it, but just seeing it is a pretty positive sign because it does talk about wishes and wish fulfillment. So we might be seeing some good things coming in for you, Aquarius. Otherwise, it could have just been like saying, hi, Aquarius, because, you know, you guys are known as, you know, the star children, right? Aquarians, the crazy star child of the zodiac. Whoa, I did definitely have one fly out that time. Okay, what's going on for Aquarius singles, please? Okay, so the one that flew out was the Lily card there. So that's quite an intimate sort of card, talking about, you know, not just physical intimacy, but emotional intimacy as well. I feel like this is talking about this person coming through in the past, because I do have the male coming through in the past there. So, you know, whether or not that's a male figure in your life, I don't really like to genderize. So we're just talking about a past person that, you know, you may have thought that this was going to be long term with this particular person. You may have felt that it was supposed to be a long term connection, or you know, you never know. It may still be. You don't know yet. Like we haven't got that far yet. Okay, but you know, we are just talking about somebody from the past. You know, they may have embodied quite a lot of the more masculine traits. Like they may have been quite unemotional and stoic and challenging when it comes to those sorts of elements, and you may have had a disconnect between the intimacy. You know, you may have felt much more there was more intimacy than there actually was with that person, or vice versa. They may have even been a bit clingy. You know, it could have been like either end of the spectrum when it comes to intimacy. They might have even been super wishy-washy when it came to intimacy. Like one week they may have been like super intimate and emotional with you, like even just, I mean, intimate talking and things like that. And then the next week they may have just been very stoic and reserved. I'm just getting kind of a flippity floppity vibe coming from those. So I feel like, yeah, one second they're in this sort of emotional, intimate kind of mood, and then the other minute they were in this very stoic, non-emotional mood. So, you know, if that's somebody from your past, Aquarius, you're going to know who I'm talking about there. Your current energy is the Moon card, okay? So we are sort of feeling quite emotional. Emotional energies do come through with that Moon card. Quite a emotional sensitivity type card. You do have like following your intuition is also quite strong with that card as well. Just give me a sec. I'm just going to my battery is running low, so I'm just going to make sure I've got that charger on. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, and then my lights just totally blared up when I must have bumped them. Sorry about that. But we do have the moon card, like I said, so that can talk, about things. It can talk about, at night, getting quite emotional late at night, feeling like thinking about this past person, those kinds of things. But it also really, really does talk about following your intuition with this situation, okay? And I do feel that for some Aquarians, it's going to be important to know that this next weekend is going to be the full moon. So this energy sort of might last up until then. Okay, it might be sort of like a present to the weekend, kind of next weekend kind of a vibe going on with that moon energy there. So I do feel that may be the case for a lot of the Aquarians watching. But then the future energy, we are seeing the scythe there. Okay, so the scythe does talk about, reaping the harvest and sudden changes, sudden breaks in that energy, and sudden changes coming on through for you in the near future. Okay, so I'll get some clarity on that. So what are these changes coming through for Aquarius, please? Okay, so a bit of a little story here. I've got kind of like I've got a bit of a and I can read that energy straight away. So I'm gonna just let you know what I'm seeing here, because I am seeing the bear and the anchor coming on through, and then surprise, surprise, we had the stars flying out once again. Okay, but these two, they're kind of separate. Okay, they've come out like that. So we do have the bear and the anchor clarifying that scythe energy. So the sudden change that we're experiencing, I feel, is this moon energy. That's what's going to be the change. You have been in this period that we're a bit more emotional, and you have been quite. I feel like this is sort of talking about trying to stand in your own power, but being somewhat defensive and overprotective of yourself at the moment with that bear energy. And with the anchor, I do feel like you have been feeling a bit stuck and stagnant in that moon energy. And like, obviously, like I said, if that's going to be going for this whole week for you, of course you're going to be feeling a little bit stuck and dragged down into that energy a little bit there. But then it's sort of letting us know that the outcome of that energy and the outcome, the change that you experience from that energy. So I feel like that's what it's sort of saying to us, is that you will be in that energy, but then you're going to have this sort of sudden break from that and this sudden change that's actually going to manifest some wishes coming true for you, and some of those desires coming on out for you. So, I feel like once this energy breaks, it's going to be a totally new, shiny world for you guys there with those stars coming through. The stars really are, like wish upon a star, and like shooting stars, and, all that sort of a vibe. So definitely talking about wish fulfillment and desires sort of coming into fruition there and manifesting what we really want. So even I feel like while we've been in this moon and bear and anchor kind of stuck energy there, that we have been under the surface manifesting what we don't want. Okay, so we don't want that same stuck kind of energy to be happening. We're stopping and using that energy to actually bring about the changes that we want in love, and think about, we don't want this anymore for ourselves, and we want this or this instead, and starting to actually place down some things that, look, I wish for this instead of this. And that's why we've been a bit stuck in those energies, because we're sort of just focusing on what we do and don't want when it comes to love, and our desires. Okay, so I feel like, make sure you're focusing on what it is that you do really wish for when it comes to love and romance, because we are going to be swapping over into that energy pretty soon, okay? Now, I'll grab you some oracle cards as well. So, Aquarius singles, please. Aquarius singles, please. What a great card for Aquarius. There we've got the Express Your Individuality card coming on through. Now, that is a beautiful card for Aquarius, like if I've ever seen one. It does say, allow your true self to shine because you're awesome. So what a positive message for you. Make sure you are shining bright like those beautiful stars, and they will come on through for you. Express your individuality, even if it does mean going out wearing, a purple dress, carrying a hat box of books, wearing some beautiful shiny wings. For some reason, this little person here, I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but doesn't she look like Dame Edna Everage? And I don't know if you guys had heard, but Dame Edna Everage actually passed away just recently. So I'm really loving that energy. It's like, to me, it's like really expressing, using that past, grief and whatnot, that past sadness, using things that are no longer with us to fuel our fire and express our individuality. And that was something that Dame Edna Everage really did embody, was expressing that individuality. So if you don't know who Dame Edna Everage is, that was a famous person in Australian culture. Her original name was Barry White. I believe Barry White. I don't know, but she was a super famous comedian over here, and had this beautiful purple hair, and would wear these big hats and these big gowns, and would wear things like, she had these glasses and whatnot, but that is just totally her. So if you don't know who that is, I recommend, have a look at some of the old comedy specials of Dame Edna Everage. It might help you work out how to express your individuality this week for you there. Okay, and then dietary change as well. And that one says, improve your diet and your life will also improve. Okay, so that's just sort of talking a little bit about being conscious, being conscious of what we put into our body, not just with food and diet, but also with our thoughts. And like I said, with those, manifestation type vibe, if you're putting in negative, you're going to manifest negative as well. So make sure when you are sitting in your little protective sort of stuck energy, that you're not just thinking about, the negatives of those past connections or whatever, that we are thinking about, the positives as well. Like, because, you really did think, like, if this is what I'm seeing, it's that, you may have thought that this person in the past was going to be long term, and you did see a lot of intimacy with that person when they were showing it, and so manifesting those positive elements as well as the negative. Okay, and so making that change within yourself, that conscious change to eat healthily, metaphorically. Okay, so digest positive vibes, basically. Use your individuality to, bring in some positive vibes for yourself, and make those changes, okay, that will really set things off for you, okay. Bit of a mixed bag there, Aquarius. I'm getting a little bit crazy this time of night. So I'll move over to Pisces and hope for the best, hey? Hey, Pisces, how are we? Just doing our singles reading today, looking into all the lovely, loving energy going on for our Pisces crew today. I hope the retrograde's not messing with you guys too much. It is going to be a full moon next weekend, so we're getting there. It's only another, 2 weeks until retrograde will be over for a while. Until August, I think it will be the next one after. So, yeah, we'll see what's coming up for you guys in love and romance. Pisces singles, please. Okay, and I'm definitely going to get a bit more clarity for you on these cards, so I might just grab those now. Okay, so can I get clarity for the present for Pisces? Why are we seeing that for the present for Pisces, please? Okay, and why am I seeing that for Pisces singles in the future energy, please? My light mucking up a bit there. Sorry about that. I hope it's not too distracting. Okay. Okay. No, it's still doing it. I can't. I don't know. I'll turn it off if it keeps doing it. Okay, so Pisces, our past energy there. We are sorry about that. Yeah, sorry if the lighting just rapidly changed, but that light was flickering and I cannot deal with that. So hi, we're just gonna have to deal like this tonight. And I'll take the personal light off. Okay, so we are seeing for the past energy the snake card coming through for you guys, Pisces. So it's feeling like, in the past we have been dealing with, some sometimes I get a totally different vibes. The snake card can be read so many different ways, okay? And quite a lot of the time in love readings, it's actually talking about, physical stuff and physical desire and temptation and ambition. But to be completely honest with you, Pisces, I am getting a more negative vibe from the snake tonight. I am getting that it's talking about some sort of past deceptions that you've had to deal with, some kind of a snake in the grass, so to speak. Okay, so that could actually, I know that with some of my oracle decks, when we see the snake imagery, sometimes it can actually talk about somebody else in the situation. So there may have been like a third party situation, some sort of deception around that in the past. So that's a bit of a tough energy, Pisces. So I am, sorry if that is the case for you and that does resonate for you. But we'll go straight to the present energy because we are seeing in the present energy some changes coming through. So we do have the Scythe card followed by when I've clarified there, the Book and the Ship. Okay, so the Scythe card, that literally talks about sudden breaks from that past energy and changes. Okay, and then this particular one, you can kind of see it's the scythe with the wheat there, so it's talking about changes for the better, to reap that harvest and bring it on home. So it really is a positive sort of change coming on through there, Pisces, that I'm sort of getting with that. Some and it's quite sudden too. It kind of might be very unexpected, especially with the Book there. The Book sometimes really can talk about the unknown factor. Okay, so I feel that whatever this big change is coming on through for you, it's going to be quite unexpected and quite like out of nowhere. You won't won't expect it at all. So, you know, even though you're listening to this reading now and you're expecting some big change, I still feel like it's still going to be unexpected, even if you're expecting it, if that makes sense. But it's, with the book there, it's definitely going to be bringing in some sort of new chapters, okay? You know, when we see the book, it's really talking about being able to write our own story in the chapters of our life, you know, being able to really open the pages up to the next chapter and moving forward, you know, that kind of a thing, as well. And then especially with the ship there, that compounds that message once again. So with the ship, we do see, you know, it can talk about travel, you know, it can talk about like physical travel, like physically traveling somewhere. It may not be a far distance, but I'm feeling that it's probably talking more about metaphorical travel journeys for you. Some sort of, you know, I'm getting the phrase that, like, do you remember the Choose Your Own Adventure books? That's so sweet, because I loved them when I was young. Okay, when I was like 13, 14, the Choose Your Own Adventure books. That just keeps coming back to my mind now, where, you know, you'd have like multiple options, and it'd be like, choose your own adventure, and now flick to page whatever, and you know, it's a whole different story to, if you choose the first option, you get a whole different story. So you can like reread the same book and get different stories every single time. And it's feeling like, yeah, you really are about to choose your own adventure. Whatever this big change is coming on through for you, it's really going to be like choosing a brand new adventure in life. You know, like I said, I feel like that's more of a metaphorical journey. So it could just be like a journey within yourself, or, you know, it, like I said, it still could be a physical journey, you know, someone at a distance, that kind of a thing, but definitely feeling that sense of adventure and you know, traveling beyond where you've been already. Okay, so new is coming on through strong, new places to visit, even just within yourself, okay, that are going to be unexpected changes for the better for you there. And then in the future placement, I did get the whip, which was clarified by the tree and the stalk. Okay, so I'm seeing that in the future we still may have a little bit of opposition, a bit of drama, some tension, trouble coming back through. So we might have a little bit of tension or trouble coming through in the near future. I don't feel like it's actually connected to whatever this change is. It's feeling like it's kind of standalone-ish. So it might just be like a little bit of drama going on. I don't feel like it's anything huge or anything like that, but what we are sort of seeing is that whatever this drama in the future is that it's actually for your growth. It's for your self growth, and it's to sort of make you realize like how much wiser you are. Like I feel like like I am actually feeling that whip may be connected to that snake energy there, and realizing how much you've grown from this snake, you know, like how much this snake energy actually has helped you grow. And I'm feeling just that older and wiser vibe, even if this was only recent, you know, it's feeling like significant growth, and you're so much wiser than putting up with this snake anymore, you know. So any tension that you do have coming through, it's like, no, I'm too grown for that now. I don't need that in my life, is what I'm getting with that tree. You know, you like a tree, you sway with the breeze. You know, your branches sway, not break. You know, even during heavy storms, you can still bend and not snap. Okay, so you know, it's going to take lightning to you know, actually do any damage to you there, and even then trees can survive lightning sometimes, you know, but a little old whip, not going to have any impact on this big strong tree. Okay, I don't think that whip is going to be any drama to you at all. I feel like you've grown enough to know how to deal with that, and that it's not going to be too much problems for you. It's just going to be like a bit of tension, a bit of background trouble for you, and out of your mind the next day sort of thing. And then we've got the stork energy. So that really does talk about, once again, stirring up new things in your life. We do find too that the stork can talk about, things that are in their infancy as well. So I feel like this is going to be like a bit of an outcome card for you for the near future there, talking about some of these new chapters and things, this journey that you're on, you know, the new beginning stages of that, and being able to sort of grow that and stir it all up, get that journey started, get it stirred up and going for you there, and really bringing in the new aspects of the stalk as well. So and once again, I'm getting to like that tree vibe where, look, you can stand on one foot and still be perfectly balanced as well. Look at me, I can stand on one foot and I'm still perfectly balanced, like a stork. I thought it was only flamingos that could do that. But there you go. We've got the stork in this image that is doing that. And also I'm getting that for some of the Pisces out there, you may actually like see a stork in the next week or so, and that will be confirmation to you that you are on the right path, okay, and that this is playing out, okay. So there you go. I don't normally get the confirmation messages come through unless I ask for them specifically, but there you go. If you do happen to see a stork, I know here in Australia, right, we do have a bird that we all call bin chickens, okay, and they're kind of like a stork. They're an ibis, right, but they do kind of look like a stork, especially that image, So if you're also an Aussie and you see yourself some bin chickens this week, that's actually a good thing, because it's confirming that these new changes are definitely occurring for you, Pisces. There you go. I do come out with some really random stuff sometimes, so I'm sorry for everyone that doesn't resonate for, but it's worth it for the one person it might resonate for, hey? But I'll get you some oracles as well there, Pisces. So Pisces singles. Pisces singles. Okay, so we're getting easy does it. Oh, look at those beautiful dolphins there, Pisces. What a Pisces card. I love seeing the the water cards for Pisces. It's always beautiful. Stop trying so hard to control everything and all the doors will open for you. Okay, so we might be, trying to control certain situations, and especially I feel like that tension, we might be trying to control the outcome of that tension and whatnot. I feel like it's one of them things where it's like something might be a bit troublesome. Just let it, swim on past, and you'll be right. Don't worry too much about trying to, control the situation or anything like that. Just sort of, be like the ocean and let that wave come and then go back out again. It's just part of the cycle of that, needing that tension to remind yourself how far you have grown from that drama, okay. And then we are seeing the holiday card there. So that does say the answer you're looking for can be found during a vacation, retreat, or holiday getaway. So I do have a close friend who is a Pisces, and honey, it's time to go to Bora Bora. But it's a personal joke. We both want to go to Bora Bora together. That'd be our perfect holiday away from the kids. So, it's Bora Bora dreams, okay? But no, I feel like that holiday, just in general, that holiday sort of feeling is pretty much, talking about just taking some restful time to yourself, having a break from it all, having a break from that tension. Easy does it. So easy does it, and having a retreat. So it's not necessarily, traveling to go on a vacation, although we did have the ship cards. So, you know, some time away may actually serve you really good at the moment. So if you do have the ability and the option to, you know, travel on a physical holiday, that might actually be a super good option for you at the moment, Pisces. But, you know, it's just sort of talking about restful periods for yourself, you know, taking some time away for yourself to really get away from it all and just be, you know, take it easy and, you know, get some rest in. I'm a big supporter of naps. So, you know, if that's the relaxation holiday you need, go and have a nap. I I tell everyone naps should be like sanctioned by the government or something. You know, they should have a law in place that everyone has to have a siesta every day. It probably wouldn't work at all, but you know, naps are so good. Um, you know, if you do have children, you will understand how important naps might be. But if thank you so much for your time today, Pisces, and anyone else who may have stuck around. But you know, I really hope to see you all again soon. And please let me know in the comments if that resonated for you or not. You know, let me know. We are only just a really small crew, so you know, if there is anything in particular you guys want me to delve into or anything like that, let me know in those comments. Anyone that comments will also go in the draw for a free personal reading. So, you know, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know how you, you know, what you'd like to hear about in the near future. But if this is where we leave each other, thank you so much for your time. And I hope to see you again soon.